How about building a nuclear power plant right here, on Poland's Baltic Sea coast, between the forest, dunes, and water? A joke? No, Poland is serious. Authorities have cleared the site and begun construction.
We are sure this is a good choice.
The state secretary in charge is delighted.
I think these nuclear ambitions are total nonsense.
Argues this environmentalist from Baltic SOS. The plant is slated to produce nuclear power in record time, within 10 years. Official figures put the cost at about 45 billion euros. The NGO Baltic SOS turned up as soon as plans were made public 3 years ago.
I think nuclear power is already out of date. There are other, more modern methods using renewable energy sources, and a lot of progress has been made.
This coast features the longest stretch of uninterrupted forest. It's 24 kilometers long. Now they've decided to just cut it in half and destroy it.
The main reason Poland has drafted plans to use nuclear power is that the country wants to stop using coal. In 2024, well over half of the country's electricity was generated by coal-fired power plants. This has had terrible consequences for the environment.
All analyses available to us indicate the following. Nuclear energy is unavoidable in Poland's energy mix if we want to guarantee energy security.
But the issue is a political hot potato. It was the right-wing populist Law and Justice government that launched the nuclear plan 3 years ago. But today, the party is putting up anti-nuclear posters. Not far from the construction site lies the small town of Choczewo, which seems to be evenly split between those for and against nuclear power.
If they shut down the coal-fired power plants, what will we use for heating? We'll be stuck hungry and freezing.
We have small children, so we're against it. I'm not sure it won't be harmful to all of us.
We should concentrate on the development of the region and not focus on a few trivial problems.
Poland built a Soviet-style nuclear power plant decades ago. Abandoned after protests and the demise of the Soviet Union, the project's ruins remain. Other European states, Germany and Spain for instance, have said goodbye to nuclear energy, as has Italy, though it now wants to go back to it after 35 years. When it comes to nuclear energy, Poland joins Turkey as a European newcomer. Siblings Józef and Zosia Kosyrog used to be against nuclear energy, but they've changed their minds.
What else do we have? Coal isn't allowed, gas isn't allowed.
Where will the electricity come from?
Their view is shared by many fellow Poles. Surveys say over 90% are in favor of building nuclear power plants, yet many questions remain unanswered, such as where to put the radioactive waste.
In global terms, the amount of nuclear waste we will have to store in the long term is really minimal. I'm firmly convinced we'll find a repository where we can store the waste safely.
In Poland?
Most likely, yes.
The plans are ambitious. Poland has no experience with nuclear energy. The activists from Baltic SOS suspect that its advocates are underestimating the challenges.
We're predicting this nuclear power plant will cost much more than has been said so far, and that it won't take 10 years to build. More likely 20, in the worst-case scenario, even longer.
Their somewhat cynical take? At least it means they'll be able to enjoy their beach a little longer.